Hi, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our protoboard that we're going to use for the lab. Here it is. So it's used for prototyping circuits. It's solderless. Okay, this one's made by Global Specialties. We have the power ports here, and then we have the actual board that we're going to build the circuit on here. Okay, now where you see a line of 5 kind of dots or holes in a row, these are connected together. So this strip is connected. This strip is connected, but the lower one is not connected to the upper one. There's also a break in the middle here. Okay. This top strip, these are all connected. The bottom strip, these are all connected. But again, the bottom is not connected to the top. Okay. And this is where usually we connect power to the board on this strip, and then we use the middle portion to really hold the body of our circuit. And here again, same principle. We have 5 little dots in a row. Each little row, all those are connected, but they're not connected across this break in the middle. These 5 are connected. These 5 are connected to each other, but this side is not connected to the other one. Okay. And again, down at the bottom, we have the same thing. We have this strip. This part is connected. This part is connected. These two are not hooked together. This is connected, but this is not connected to this one. Okay. Now, how do we get power to it? Well, you're going to put your leads into your ports, and then the way you wire this in is if you pull this up, a little hard to see on the video camera, but there's a hole down in here. So in each, let's do that a little bit. So down, you're going to hook a wire through that hole, screw down your port, and then hook that to your board. So for example, I'll take this G, try to use G for ground. Put it in so we've got good metal on metal contact. Screw it down. Connect this into the board. And the same thing for a power side. Plus terminal. Let's turn our power supply, hook our power supply up. And then, usual, we use the black for the ground, use the red for the plus terminal. We'll turn it on. It's a little bit off screen here. I've got our voltmeter here. In this case, we're using voltages of approximately up to 8 volts in this experiment. So it's at the voltmeter on the 4-volt scale. You can't really see it too well. And I'm just going to confirm that we've got voltage across. The power supply is actually hooked into this. Okay, so the power supply is hooked in. Okay, we're reading about 7.8 volts. Now, how do we check it on the board? Well, if you check it on the board, you can't just stick these leads in here. So what we can do, if you just want to check this, we have a couple of bare wire clips that we can use. Okay, clip here. Put another one on the other side. And hook the leads up. Right here. So we're seeing we also have the same voltage, reading the same voltage, about 7.84 volts actually on the board. Okay. So that means we're successfully have hooked the power supply to the ports and the ports onto the board. So now we can proceed. And what we're going to do in this case is we want to get this set up so that we have the plus and minus, or our plus terminal plus 8 volts, and our ground on this side. Okay, you want to do that because the way a circuit's laid out in the notes, we have the power supply on this side, and then you have a set of resistors. So we want to try to set up the board so that it looks as much as possible as what you have in your notes, and it'll be easier for everybody to do the experiment. Okay. So, going to make sure that this is hooked up. Also, you always want to make sure the ends of your wires are pretty straight, because if they're kind of crooked or bent around, you won't get a good connection in your board. So you want to be sure they're straight so everything works. Everything works smoothly. Okay. So now again, do the same trick as I did before. Put our bare leads here. Check the voltage again. Okay, again we're reading the 7.84 volts, so we've got the power set up. Okay, and now we're ready to think about our circuit.